What is the one thing you should never say to somebody who is having issues with body image or who is experiencing an eating disorder?
Often the reaction maybe as a parent might be, I think you're beautiful, you look gorgeous, and that is the opinion of that parent. The parent is sharing what they feel, and the slight problem there can be is that there is an immediate separation between I feel my feelings are valid and this is how I feel about my body, and you don't understand.
At what point, as you're training for health and healthy eating, become a mental health
I think
problem?
It's when you're making it such a priority that it's eclipsing everything else. And I think for most people, they know when that's happening. So for example, if they're isolating themselves socially, or they're shutting down, they're not communicating with people, they're being secretive about things.
Can I say I won't struggle again? I don't think that's the case. I think there's always, like with therapy, you kind of learn that certain things are often quite deeply ingrained, and when they come up as a thought or as an intrusive thought, or I might look in the mirror and go, Alex, I don't like that, I don't like the way my stomach looks there. There's no point kind of berating that thought, because then you end up berating yourself. You kind of sit with that and think, well, actually, where does that come from? That comes from what I've been taught about what it means to look like to be a man. But then I've relearnt these things, and I understand that that doesn't equate to me being not masculine or not attractive. And then you depower that thought and it drops down again.
Can you define the difference for us between an eating disorder and disordered eating?
Well, I think it is a bit of a spectrum, really, but for an eating disorder to be kind of clinically diagnosed, I guess, it has to be having quite an impact on the person's life and on their day-to-day function, as opposed to, just a bit of disordered eating is quite common. Yeah.
The disorder itself is not about the BMI, and it's not about whether you have a six-pack or not. It's about the relationship with food, the behaviour, the way that we view ourselves and the way that we treat our own body, and weaponise food potentially even. So that kind of idea of the six-pack guy that's got big muscles really healthy. Well, actually, he could have a very unhealthy relationship with food, over-exercising, over-training. He might even be using substances such as steroids too, which is of serious health consequences potentially to achieve those goals. And that is as much as an eating disorder as what we learnt at med school to be like a typical eating disorder. Don't think for a second that you can't be an amazing contributor to society and your friends and family and have illness and be recovering from illness or going through illness. You are a valuable person regardless of that. So please ask for help. Don't let things get worse.